for another Fauxbonichi art journal. It's not art. I guess it's sort of art. It involves art. I have so many different projects going on right now. I can't keep them straight. I'm having the best time though, you guys. When you just kind of just say it's okay, whatever comes comes. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself. Do it. It's a good year. It's a good year so far, right? No, it's a good year. All right. So this is going to be for the something 21st, no, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. I am enjoying my new format of not having to worry about, I never had to worry about doing a page a day. I have plenty that I could write and fill up a page a day, and I have for years. But I just wanted to change it up this year, and I'm really enjoying a couple of days. Right now it's Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that may change as things get busier, or maybe I have something big to talk about or whatever. But Hobonichi really was set up to just catch those little bits and pieces of your day. It wasn't really designed to write out days and pages of journaling. That's a completely different journal. Now, of course, what you do with your journal is up to you, but the original, the Hobonichi was a page a day, and he has an eloquent way of putting it, but basically you just grab bits and pieces out of your day and put them into your book. And so that's what I'm trying to keep with this. I mean, if I wrote down everything that I did in a day, it would be pages and pages. And I don't really think in the end that's what matters. I think the things that stood out to you for that day are probably more important than the every single bit. And if you miss something, you're the only one that'll know it until you turn the page, and then you'll forget all about it. So, yeah, so right now I'm kind of really enjoying a couple of days per spread kind of thing. It's given me a lot more time to focus on my other projects that I have going. And if you've watched this channel for any time at all right now, you will see that I have become kind of embroidery obsessed. Yes, I know that orange is hideous and it looks like a kindergartner did it, but that's my first embroidered rose. And that's called a lazy days stitch. And then that's a French knot with a stem. And somebody else called it something else, a pistil or something like that. But anyways, I'm learning. I'm having a great time. But today is not about what I'm doing. It's about getting what I did on the page. And actually, none of this has anything to do with me. Well, it sort of does, I guess. But let's get to decorating here. All right, I have Dollar Tree wall stickers. Do you guys get these? If you don't, missing out. I have a drawer full. Every time I go to Dollar Tree, I go straight to that. Everybody else goes to the little kid stickers, and I'm like, and I used to do that, but I don't do it anymore because yeah. But I go straight for the wall stickers because they usually are just a higher, better quality of graphic, if nothing else. And I like the large size of them because some days you just need one big bam of something. And today apparently was one of those days. So this butterfly is out of this set of wall stickers. And then I took all of the words I've been cutting up. It used to be a heart in words. And I have had two of them. One of them I used on the front of one of my older journals. And then this one I've just been cutting up and using the words throughout because they're nice big black bold letters. And I really like that. So that's basically what I have going here. The stories for today. Well, let's do the stories first. This is upside down. This is Benny, and I'll put the photos. I was working on my getting my 52 weeks. Why do I want to say that? She should have put weeks in there. 52 tags handmade challenge done, or not done, organized. And I had mistakenly put the drawer that I keep everything on the couch. And Benny decided that promptly that it was his place to lay. And Friday, he stayed there for like the rest of the day. He never moved. And, but what I'll, hopefully you can kind of see in the pictures is that I caught 3 different shots of him. One of him snoozing, one of him yawning, and one of him with his tongue. He sleeps with his tongue sticking out. And oh my goodness, it is a crack up because he always does it. You get over there, and when the more deep in sleep he gets, the further his tongue comes out. And you can go over and go ding, 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 and tweak his little tongue. But oh my God, he cracks me up. I was not a cat person before I got Sophie and Betty. I was a dog person. I had Rottweilers for years. They are still my favorite dog. And if times were different, I would have them again. But gosh, between trying to get home insurance and just taking care of them and the way our life is right now, it's just not fair to them to have them where we are. Plus the home insurance is crazy nuts on them. So, because they're killers. They're just killers. It has nothing to do with the stupid people that raise the killers. That's not their fault. It's just the dog. Right. My first Rottweiler we used as a therapy dog in a senior citizens home. And went around to little kids classes and stuff with, because, he was a killer. I drove all the way to California for him. I paid a small mortgage for him, and he was the best thing ever. But anyways, the cats now, I spend my day just laughing because they're just funny, all the time funny. But yeah, these pictures over here is I in 2021 have said enough to so much cooking, and I don't like to cook. I never have liked to cook, and going whole food plant-based, you cook because you can't buy this stuff in a box anymore. You can't buy the stuff in a box anymore. There's no pre-made stuff anymore. Well, there is within reason, but in general, you're cooking. And you should be cooking because the food is better for you when you're cooking. So, but because I took on this need to share and motivate other people crap, I went in, the biggest thing was, back up. When we started Whole Food Plant-Based, I had a picky eater husband, like serious picky eater husband. No, he wouldn't even look at things, is that color green? Tofu? No. And all of this stuff. So I knew in order to get him on board with my master plan, that devious, evil laugh, that I had to make the food taste really good and not boring and all that kind of stuff. So I dove into learning to cook because my vast repertoire of cooking was all those bags of frozen food you can buy at Sam's Club and put on a sheet pan and then you dip it. That's my cooking. I literally had a small container of Mrs. Dash because one healthy adventure before, and a whole bunch of salt, and that was it. I had no seasonings, didn't even know seasonings, didn't know how to cook, I had one measuring cup set, a measuring spoon set. I think that was pretty much it. A fry pan, things like that. But that was pretty much it. We lived basically on takeout, box meal. Gee, I don't know how I got over 400 pounds. Hold on while I think about it. Not. Anyways, And so I had to learn to cook because I really, really wanted, my husband's health scared me. And he's, if I haven't said it before, he's 8 years older than I am. And so, and he was already on four medications and he was pre-diabetic. He had heart disease. He had high cholesterol, all of that kind of stuff. And, walking death, which is what you are if you're taking those medications. If you're you're walking death. You're just tick, 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 tick. And anyways, so when we watched Forks Over Knives, I said, I will get him to do this because if I make it taste good, he'll eat it. And so I went on a mission to make it taste good. And 5 years later, I had cooked thousands of meals. Because not only did I find that I wanted him to eat it, then I wanted other people to see. I had this mission to make people see. You don't understand. There's a crap ton of food. You'll love it. It's more food than we've ever eaten. And it really is. You literally can just eat your weight in food and lose weight and lose your chronic illnesses. Why is it not preached about on Sunday? But anyways, yeah. And so I did all of this stuff. Hold on. And 5 years later, I'm like, okay, I've done it. I'm done. I don't want to cook anymore. Because contrary to popular belief, because everybody just assumes because I cook so much that I automatically love to cook. No. See, I love to eat good food. I have become a good food snob, and it is hilarious because I'm a picky eater, but in the sense because I want quality and quantity over crap. And so it's just funny. But so the long story long, and as always, my links to all the food that we've eaten and all the stuff is down below, because really, if the food is what's holding you back, I know what holds people back. They don't want to cook. They don't want to do the work. They just want to be able to buy it in a box and drop 20 pounds. And heart disease, you can't ask your doctor. You can't cure heart disease, which is a total frickin' lie. Total lie. And if you don't believe me, I got like 2 bazillion people and articles that I can show you that heart disease is reversible. Ask my husband. But anyways, if you want to see the food down below. But anyways, Joshua, because I didn't know how to cook, Josh was home. We learned to cook together because he needs to feed himself. And I knew that if I sent him out into this great big world of junk food and fast food and convenience food, yes, it conveniently makes you really, really sick. That he would probably succumb to it like everybody else does, us, my husband and I included, to junk food. And so he learned to cook along with me. And long story long is that my husband is the only one that doesn't know how to cook now. And I told him, I said this year, because for 5 years, I'm like, what do you want for lunch? I don't know. What do you want for lunch? I don't care. And so for 5 years, every week, I've had to come up with him for a lunch, which is really freaking irritating. So this year I said, well, aren't you hungry? He goes, are you making me a lunch? Nope. Well, what am I going to do for lunch? I said, figure it out. And then I followed it up with, your son knows how to cook. Maybe you should ask him. And so they set off to make dueling pots of chili over the weekend. because chili is a staple in our house, mostly because, damn, it's good. I mean, Josh had it for breakfast this morning. We keep it either in the freezer or it's usually somewhere in the house at all times, because do you know how many things you can do with the base of a chili? It's crazy. But this morning he cooked it up, reheated it, he took it out of the freezer and reheated it, and put it over a sweet potato with corn. People, I'm telling you, best smell ever. Oh my gosh, my house smells good this morning. But anyways, so they had their little Dutch ovens, each had a Dutch oven, and Josh was teaching him how to build his own pot of chili. So now he can do it. So next weekend Josh is going to teach him how to make curry, because I'm not doing it. Like I said, for 5 years, I have said, honey, what do you want for lunch? And then I've had to meal plan and do all this stuff. Not one time have these two stepped up to help me, unless I've made them do it. This year, guess what? They're going to be hungry. Josh got smart quick. He's like, well, I'm going to make myself chili. The husband, on the other hand, was like, but. Now, in total fairness, I recognize he works, he needs a lunch, I should provide that kind of stuff. But, no. It's kind of like folding underwear and socks. I don't do that anymore either. And at some point, it's like, it's clean. Be grateful. I fix dinner. When he gets home, he opens the front door to food and his, laundry and that stuff. But I drew my line on his lunch. There's taters. He won't starve. But anyway, so that's what these pictures are, is Joshua teaching Dale how to cook chili. And it's so simple. We cook up three dried cups of, usually a mix of black and red beans, in the Instapot. You can put anything in them. You can make them plain. It doesn't matter. But we usually put bay leaves in them, dried onions, and then some kind of Mrs. Dash. When the guys are making them for chili, they put in the Southwest Mrs. Dash because they like it spicy. And you Instapot that for 50, 60 minutes. And then you dump everything into the Dutch oven. Now, people will make chili in the Instapot. I don't cook in my Instapot, so I like the Dutch ovens better. But you dump the whole thing, liquid and all, into the Dutch oven. You add canned tomatoes, canned corn. You chop up onions, bell peppers. They added corn and zucchini and kale to their cabbage, their chili this time, because it's the flavorings. It's not what's they're made of, and every time they cook it, it smells so good. And it's so simple. So anyways, that's the stories of the weekend. Was it's just I wish I could. What do you have to lose is always my question, is when people just flat out won't do it. They'll kill themselves off working out. They'll portion control themselves down to starvation levels. They'll spend hours counting every calorie and protein and all this stuff. But you tell them, hey, if you just drop the meat and dairy out of your diet, you can eat all that you want. All that you want. There's still tacos. There's still pizza. There's still all of this stuff. You will lose all those pounds that you can't lose right now very easily. You will lose all of those illnesses, and you will eat like a king. I mean, and people are like, no, oh my, just remove a body part. Oh my God, no, please don't make me. And I don't understand. 5 years later, nobody sticks to something for 5 years if it sucks. I'm not that willpowered. If I was, I'd be working out. And I'm not, because I'm a slug. Anyways, okay, I've been babbling. These are all the Dollar Tree spit it out wall stickers. They stick wonderfully. I've used them for years and years and years in my journals. When I go back, they're still stuck. And I wouldn't recommend them on the outside of the journals. They are removable, so obviously they're not permanent out there, but on paper they seem to be, once you have a little bit of time to move them around if you had to, but then once they're down, they're pretty down. And yeah, so that was basically our weekend. I'm going to go get my journaling done, and I will be back with a photo on that. And yeah, we'll be on to the next couple of days. I hope you guys are you keeping your journal? You keeping up with it? Let me know down below if you're doing videos. If you're on Facebook or Instagram doing this kind of journaling, please tag me, because I would like I have so many people that I try to keep up with that I don't know, and everybody changes their names, and so tag me and say, hey, here's my post today, what do you think? Or well, just tag me, because I would like to follow along in your life stories too. Be positive, use kind and gentle words, share your life, laugh often, be grateful. I will see you guys in the next video. Try some whole food plant-based. It's not just salads. I swear there's no grass involved. Talk to you later, you guys. Bye.